It's the Slam Dunk.
Okay, folks, check him out. This is him. His name is Benjamin Doyle, the Green MP who has disappeared from Parliament, sent packing by his leadership to shut down a story that many will find a bit icky, unacceptable, odd, weird, and unbecoming perhaps of anyone, let alone an MP. It's just a bit icky. And surely we've got better things to talk about anyway. It all started a few days back when Mr Peters, in a social media post, said the media needed to start asking serious questions about one of Doyle's social media accounts, which is Bible Belt Bussy. Now, what the name really means in the posts, some of which have been apparently been deleted. Now, the term bussy is used by members of rainbow communities and refers to a man's anus. Doyle had posted a series of messages and images on a private account before he became an MP, including an image of their child. Now, rather than being held to account and explaining it, and how on earth he's appropriate to be a Green List MP, the Greens have, meanwhile, played this really manipulative and masterful game here, turning around the story to play victim, to be the poor little helpless people on the end of some unfair treatment, if you like, including so-called death threats which have come at this guy. Now, it's from the old political playbook, claiming death threats, claiming issues around mental health, and then the media pack themselves. See, they run a mile. You run the woe is me angle, and you've gone from defending the indefensible to defending the poorly maligned victim. That's Benjamin Doyle. So the media basically shat themselves and went with what the Greens wanted. The Greens came up with a strategy, and the media fell right into line with it. Here's co-leader Chloe Swarbrick.
The word bussy, what is the definition of that?
Honestly, I'm just not really that interested in getting into oversimplified definitions of terms like that.
But the public are interested in knowing the definition, so why don't you provide it to
And
them?
what I can say to you, Mikey, is that what we're talking about here is terminology where context is incredibly important.
So
there are many
explain the
members.
context.
Yeah, the context is that members of the rainbow community oftentimes use terminology which could be considered to be outrageous.
It's brilliant, isn't it? Now she justifies the use of the word bussy, meaning, well, it means anus. By saying the term bussy, she says it's been co-opted by rainbow communities, you see. So it's quite brilliant from her. It's absolutely brilliant from her because she's now not having to defend it, she's just explaining it. And suddenly the story is about Winston Peters for raising it in the first place and how that has led to death threats. Listen to Malama Davidson.
We are calling on the Prime Minister to take responsibility for the behaviour of his coalition colleague. We are deeply concerned that the Deputy Prime Minister has doubled down on disinformation and is actively fanning flames of hatred towards the beautiful rainbow community. This isn't the standard politicking by the Deputy Prime Minister. This isn't a game of who's winning this round of clickbait.
Brilliant again. Push it back onto Peters like he's somehow now the centre of the story and responsible and has to defend himself. The truth is Doyle took down 52 private posts. Why? And is this acceptable for a man who's now an MP? The Greens know that these posts involving the term bussy and a child in the sexually explicit language, they know they're embarrassing. And they're deeply confronting to many, many Kiwis. Most Kiwis, they don't like this sort of stuff. And so it's why they decided that attack was the best form of defence. And the media fell for it, hook, line and sinker. The Greens still have much to answer here, in my view. Who's the real Benjamin Doyle? And is he the right person to have in Parliament? How did he get through the Greens selection process? What due diligence did they do on him? And did they do it and clear it and think it was okay? And have they once again stuffed this up? The Greens have lurched from crises to crises for 18 months through poor decision-making, having the wrong people in the job, and quite frankly, they have looked like a mess and unelectable for some time. Now this cloud over Benjamin Doyle's head once again threatens the party. It's why Davidson and Swarbrick decided to front foot this by attacking everybody else. Those making the allegations, those running with them. And it was everybody else's fault. But then there's Benjamin Doyle. And what responsibility must he take in the Greens? Hence, the media have sailed on right the way through it, sailed on past the original story, and it's now about Winston Peters being somehow responsible for some serious death threats. The Greens scripted it the way that the Greens wanted it, and the media swallowed it hook, line and sinker. Death threats are rightly unacceptable. Me personally, I've had a number of them. We simply put them into the hands of the police. I wasn't kept away from work. I didn't go into hiding. I carried on, showed my face and got on with it. Most death threats are made by idiots who have neither the means or the ways to carry it out. The Greens on this occasion rolled the dice to see what they could get away with. It turns out the roll of the dice worked. The weak media fell in behind the left, and given the Greens privately knew they couldn't defend Doyle, they sent him away to hide under a rock and slowly feed the media the line that they were the victims here. Thing is, Doyle can't hide forever. And what I learned about Parliament is you simply have to front at some stage. The media will find you at some stage. They'll finally ask the right question. It's proof that you can run, and you can try and tidy up old social media posts and delete them, but you can never truly hide from who you are and what you did and what you said. And D-Day is always coming at you. In Benjamin Doyle's case, it goes like this. With the real Benjamin Doyle, please stand up.
Editor-in-Chief with Duncan Garner.